Good afternoon, I'm Milton Walker with the Midday News. A special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. An investigation is on the way into the pepper spraying of a retired senior policeman by a constable during a traffic stop on Mullines Road in St. Andrew yesterday. The retired cop, Ultimate Para Campbell, was pepper sprayed after he disobeyed the constable's directive to exit the vehicle to be arrested for not having a driver's license. The exchange between the former Deputy Superintendent Campbell and the constable was captured in a cell phone video by the retired cop's teenage son. The Inspector General of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Deputy Commissioner Selvin Hay, confirmed with our news centre that the Inspectorate of Constabulary is conducting the probe. And we'll have more on this story in primetime news. More than $400 million was stolen from state coffers by agents and affiliates of the Manchester Municipal Corporation. This is 4 times the amount which was suggested in initial reports. The trial got underway this week at the Manchester Parish Court, with 5 of the 59 witnesses already taken the stand. Among the witnesses was former Mayor of Mandeville, Brenda Ramsey. Also taking the stand yesterday was an accounting clerk at the Manchester Municipal Corporation. The Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, Paula Llewellyn, was present in court yesterday to support her team of prosecutors, which includes representatives from her office, MOCA, and the Integrity Commission. An urgent plea this afternoon for help from a family living under inhumane conditions along Lemon Lane in Olympic Gardens, St. Andrew. The family lost their home nearly 2 years ago in a blaze. TVJ's Dwayne Anderson visited the community and filed a report.
A few sheets of zinc, a piece of board, a rotting piece of ply, a tarpaulin, and a half. It's a home to a single mother and her 2 children.
We just want help, that somebody can help me to live. I can't sleep comfortable at night time, or so sometimes I can't for sleep. I tell you the truth. It hard sometimes out of all what when the rain fall. And my baby them, it affect them. It affect my body.
Tell us about the children, how the children manage. Are they basically outside?
Yeah, them outside. But me have to try to be strong for them. For them not let them catch me, I don't want them go backward in a school because them are going in a school.
We were there long enough to see dark clouds gather and hear the thunder's warning. Rain was near. It's the family's worst fear. They say they have been braving the elements since November 2017 when fire destroyed the family house.
I don't think she can go under this thing any longer, under the tarpaulin. Yeah, this is a rainy season as we know, and the weather is inclement currently. So I would want us to make some very drastic approach and make it urgent and see how best we can come together as a community, as a people, as a government. Yeah, put our hands together and construct a structure up for this lady so that she can be under something. A thunder right now, a strike and a roll. Lightning and thunder striking right now. And can you imagine when we leave from here what she will be undergoing?
Ms. Walker also sought to clear the air about a recent media report which suggested she got help but did not put it to use. She said she got a bed from her political representatives, some clothes from a few Good Samaritans, and some building blocks, also from members of the political directorate. For her, it is important to state the facts, as persons who expressed a willingness to help have been turned off.
I didn't get no help, none at all, from them at that time. Some frightened me in a newspaper, them I said me get 150,000.
Miss Walker said her relative, who was also left homeless after the fire, is the person who benefited from a $150,000 donation.
It's a check, it only can buy material. You can't get the money for spend. It's a check she get. That's why you see she building that building.
Persons who are able to help can contact Sashana Walker at 556-3866. Jazeel Clark from the Hands and Hearts Foundation can be found at that name on Facebook. He is trying to help the family. He can be reached at 508-1158. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Transport Minister Robert Montague says the Sanks International Airport in Montego Bay is now the fastest growing facility of its kind in the region. Speaking at his post-sectoral briefing, he pointed to improvement work being done. He noted that the airport's ticketing hall has been renovated and is now open. There are also plans to increase the size of the immigration and customs halls.
We have just opened the refurbished ticketing hall. They have put in 30 ticketing kiosks into the departure lounge, making it the airport in the Caribbean with the most ticketing kiosks. And we are moving to have some of these kiosks in hotels and in the smaller aerodromes. So for example, eventually, not yet, but eventually we hope that a person coming from Negril will be able to go to a kiosk, check in from the Negril aerodrome, and therefore you save yourself 2 or 3 hours. They can spend that time extra on the beach and then fly up from Negril to Montego Bay, jump on their flights and have it seamlessly done.
An additional 19,450 persons have been added to the National Voters List, which was published on May 31. The total number of registered voters on the list now stands at over 1,945,000. The names of 8,759 electors who are no longer eligible to vote were removed from the list, including 7,822 people who were deceased. The previous list was published on November 30, 2018, with over 1,934,000 electors. The EOJ recently concluded the first phase of the dead elector removal exercise, which 106,000 dead electors were removed. It's anticipated that a significant number of electors will be removed from the November 30, 2019 voters list as the EOJ intensifies the second phase of the exercise to remove dead electors. We take a break now on Midday News, but we'll have much more right after the break. Patients and former patients at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine are calling for immediate action to rectify a rat infestation problem at the facility. A former patient spoke with TVJ News after sending us a cell phone video of rats prancing between patients' beds while she was on a ward. The former patient says she was also bitten by one of the rodents while she slept. She says women on the ward are concerned for their health.
We are saying that we just done surgery and, to be screaming and jumping out of your bed and stitches, it is very dangerous because them can pull out back.
The Spanish Town Hospital CEO Dwayne Francis says an investigation has been launched into the report as the hospital has an ongoing extermination program in place, which includes more than 80 rat bait stations on the premises. Eastern Kingston Member of Parliament Philip Paulwell is calling on all politicians to make their assets public. He said this is necessary if politicians are going to regain the trust of the people. Mr. Paulwell said this could also help to dispel rumours about politicians using the public service to enrich themselves. Mr. Paulwell speaking at a recent People's National Party divisional meeting.
And that is that the parliamentary leaders should not only declare their integrity reports, but should make them public. Because there's no reason why for the parliamentary leaders, that is, not to show the Jamaican people what them have and what them don't have.
Help has been provided to the Young Women's Christian Academy, YWCA, to help have it certified by the Heart Trust NTA to teach both Level 1 and Level 2 courses in cosmetology. The institution, which is located on Arnold Road in Kingston, received the much-needed help from China Harbour Engineering Company, Czech. Currently, the school is only certified to carry out Level 1 cosmetology. Principal of the institution says the help is much appreciated and puts it closer to its goal. The principal highlighted some of the upgrades which were done.
The painting, we'll be tiling out the whole area, and then we'll partition the room so that we can do both theory and practical within the area.
So China have also come in at the right time.
At the right time. So coming September, we're supposed to be rolling out level 2 because we'll be doing the process now of, writing to NC Tibet, seeking permission to start our level 2.
Member of Parliament for St Andrew South Eastern, Julian Robinson, was grateful for the work which was done by CHEC.
I want to express my appreciation on behalf of the YWCA and the wider community who will benefit from this upgrade, and to thank them for their generosity in supporting an institution which looks out for the young women in our society.
In international news, all eyes are on the United States and Mexico as tensions rise between both countries over the proposed tariffs announced by U.S. President Donald Trump. If negotiations do not end in favor of the U.S., an executive order from the American president will have to be signed today if tariffs against Mexico are to go into effect come Monday.
The White House isn't backing down on its threats.
We've told Mexico the tariffs go on, and I mean it too, and I'm very happy with it.
What Mexico's offering is not enough. We need to see more coming from Mexico.
Yet leaders on both sides of the border admit a last-minute agreement is in the realm of possibility.
We are attentive to the results of the talks, and I am optimistic. I think we will reach an accord, and we are listening to the opinions of everyone.
We made recommendations to them. There's been some movement on their part that's been encouraging.
The Mexican National Guard will head to the border in an attempt to limit migration. This after more than 144,000 migrants were arrested or encountered at the border last month. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection says that's a 32% hike from April.
It's the highest we have seen in over a decade. The vast majority of the families that we are catching are saying they are coming here for economic reasons. Very few actually claim asylum in Border Patrol custody.
In the meantime, the tariff deadline gets closer.
Mexico must do more to end the tide of illegal immigration that is besetting our southern border.
In sports, the FIFA Women's World Cup showpiece event kicks off in Paris, France today, with the host nation taking on South Korea in the opening match. Here's a preview.
It's now down to business as the FIFA Women's World Cup kicks off on Friday with the host nation France taking on South Korea. The number 4 ranked French, who qualified automatically, have shown impressive technical ability and are unbeaten since February. The big question is whether the women's team can join their male counterparts as world champions and become the first country to hold both titles at once. Laura Georges, who played almost 200 games for France, is now the General Secretary of the Federation, and she believes it is now or never for the home team to win the title.
There's going to be pressure because of the national team, the men's national team. But I think for them, for the players, for the girls, it will be more about playing at home, to manage this pressure, to play in front of people because there's a lot of expectation. So I think they will be prepared, and I hope they will just enjoy this competition.
The contest will be a grudge match for South Korea, who were knocked out at the second round by France in Canada 4 years ago. The South Koreans returned to the World Cup with more experience, including a defensive unit that did not concede a goal in the group phase of the Asian qualifying tournament. Meanwhile, Jamaica's Reggae Girls will bow into action against Brazil on Sunday. Live coverage of the FIFA Women's World Cup can be seen on TVJ, TVJ SN and OneSpotMedia.com with radio coverage on Hits 92 FM.
And Reggae Girls' all-time leading goal scorer Khadija Bunny-Shaw has signed a 2-year deal with French club Bordeaux. The 22-year-old Shaw signed a contract at the club on Thursday, making her the first Jamaican female football player to play professionally in France. Bordeaux reached out to Shaw after she scored 27 goals in 35 games for the University of Tennessee in the 2018-2019 season. Bordeaux finished 4th in the Women's Ligue 1 for the 2018-2019 season. Shaw scored 31 goals in 22 games for Jamaica. Shaw will join Brazilian footballer Kathleen Sosa at the Western French club. And that's the Midday News. Milton Walker joined us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, have a good afternoon.